Sammy, how about at Okta? Can you give us an example of a program that you all have implemented on behalf of the public sector or the private sector, quite frankly, that's really allowed some of this, zero trust capability to be enabled inside of an environment?
Yeah, absolutely. There's several great examples, and they come at all scales. I mentioned earlier that we had a local county government who was facing this, and as you can imagine, their budget is has a different number of zeros than some of our partners here on the call today, and it meant that they needed to really move forward rapidly and use the technology that they already have. So oftentimes what you can do is really look at your whole technology stack and take an inventory and say, does this actually give me those core design principles or properties of zero trust? Does it give me better context? Can I act on that context? Is it perimeterless by design? And you can look at your whole security and technology stack and say, what if we just tie this together? What is the glue that's tying it together and allows us to move forward rapidly? We have, of course, federal government partners and industry customers who are doing the same thing. At the high end of the scale, there's an industry example that might be the best, where FedEx, as a global logistics company, really made a move and accelerated as well. I think that they really moved all of their critical applications. Instead of a 14-month timeline, they did over a literal weekend, where they took tens of thousands of individuals and enabled access to all those critical applications into a zero trust model. And the switchover was literally 36 hours. And I think the original project plan was several months. So if you have those building blocks in place and you've done your inventories, sometimes you can truly accelerate those kind of transformations. And it's all about, like was mentioned earlier, it's not really a technology issue per se, although we are all dealing with technology. It's really a fundamental shift in that mindset on saying, how do I measure the access? What are the controls that I have? How do I apply them consistently? And often we see that since we are at the heart of that auth and auth C decision, we are often used as the glue that ties that into a complete solution.
And